Hello everyone, this is the radio station of the American University of Iraq in Baghdad at 101.5. I'm your host Humam, and this is the first episode with a radio show chat with the CEI. You might be wondering, what does CEI really mean? Well, I think our special guest has the answer. I'm very happy to have you here inside the AUIB studios. Please first tell us about yourself.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, let me express my gratitude for inviting me to this show.
Thank you.
And the opportunity that you are giving us so we can talk about the Continuing Education Institute at AUIB. I am Ziad Shaban. I have around 27 years of experience in higher education. The last 15 years were in continuing education specifically. I worked for the same 27 years at the American University of Beirut. And as the continuing education center, my playground, my backyard, and my operation was the MENA region, especially the Gulf, and the sport, and of course, special event in the US and Europe. So this is my career, and as my personal life, I'm a father of two young girls.
That is very lovely. Well, you know, since this is the first episode of the CEI, can you tell me what inspired you to establish the Continuing Education Institute here at AUIB?
It's a great question. Actually, it was not my idea. It was the founders' ideas.
Yeah.
And the founders found that in order to complete their vision of impacting Iraq through higher education, continuing education, vocational education, professional development is an essential part of it. So that's why they recruited me, and I started here. I have like 2 years starting at AUIB.
Yeah.
And you can say that the Continuing Education Institute is now in its first year of operation after preparation, recruiting, analysis, market research, and so on. So you know that Iraq now is in a reconstruction mode, in rebuilding itself. And of course, education, building competencies is one of the most important core in order to rebuild the country. So from here is the idea of the Continuing Education Institute.
So yeah, the vision of the CEI, you know, a lot of people don't know the CEI, especially here in Iraq, which is not very available, and people are not very, you know, have an idea or a clue about the CEI. So can you give us an overview of the Continuing Education Institute?
Humam, this is a very interesting question because it was the starting question here in Iraq. So what is continuing education?
Definitely.
So after our first research, analysis, gathering data, checking about other universities, we realized that what Iraq used to call continuing education is like English courses plus small workshops in IT. So this is continuing education. On the other hand, continuing education in the US higher education is totally different game ball. So let me give you a small comparison between what in the American University of Beirut and American University and Iraq. So continuing education at the American University of Beirut and in the US mainly is made of professional development diploma, professional development certificate, professional development courses. And when we talk about professional development certificate, it's not a course or 2 course, it's a 4-course 4-course program, and each course is at least 40 or 30 to 40 contact hours. So we're talking about 120 contact hours. This is now as we speak is the rise of and the changing in the whole ecosystem of education and higher education, because now people are more looking into a practical education rather than theoretical. And the continuing education is known to be like 70% practical and 30% theoretical. And the main characteristic of a continuing education within a university is its capability of tailor these certificate and diploma closely to be like in an academic perspective. So it's more an added value, and especially when it is in an American university like this university that we are in. So we faced some problems in the beginning, and during our search and analysis, we found 2 setbacks in continuing education in Iraq. The first one is the purchasing power. So how much people and companies are willing to pay to develop their competencies. This was the first setback. There is a huge gap. You have ministries, for example, that have a lot of money. On the other hand, you have ministries that have zero budget for training. You have people and individuals that can pay a certain amount, and you have people that do not pay amount. And the very scary thing here, if you look into the most active sector, like the health sector, doctors, pharmacists, dentistry, they don't pay for development. They wait for the companies to come, give them money, and then take their education.
They don't seize the moment.
So it took us a lot of time in order to understand how to operate, and especially when it comes to communicating with the government. It's the old way. It's like through official letter. We hired advisors that used to work in this industry, so we can understand exactly how to operate in Iraq. So this is in general where how did we start,
and
what were we doing, and what we're aiming for.
Perfect. You mentioned practical work, a lot of courses and workshops. So can you list what are the available programs or courses that the CEI has?
Okay, so one of the tasks that we did before we start is try to gather information from the market, what's needed, and where is the gap between the marketplace and the higher education. So we can try to focus on what to offer. So we had several events, actually free events, where we invited people here talking about some topics. We had several seminars and even webinars, and we collected this information. And also the other source of information was like our meetings with corporate, private, and government sector. So we were able, and also with international organizations like UNDP, GIZ, UNESCO, all these. We had we are in a good relationship with them. We are in the market, so we are one of the most important player in the industry now in a very short time. So this was one of our success objectives. So what we realized that we have around 101 topics that we need to focus on. But of course we cannot start everything one shot. So we selected the most important thing. For example, we have what we are offering now. We have a cybersecurity program, and this we did it in collaboration with EC Council. We were the first one to get the academic plus the professional training center certification. We have the project management courses. We started and we're going to continue. We have, of course, I should have started by English. English is always, especially that we have a special part in our academy to provide training for corporates. Okay, so English, cybersecurity, project management, leadership. And leadership, it's not like leadership is a word. Leadership now is a whole, it's like at least the last 22 modules or 27 modules in like emotional intelligence, team playing, presentation, these all of kind of the things. And what we started, and we are intending to start again, but because we don't have time, we don't have resources in order to launch everything. So we created something called series. For example, communication series. It has episodes inside in it. Episodes related to like email writing, episodes related to presentation skills, episodes related to body language, everything related to communication. Public speaking. So this was very successful. We delivered the 2 or 3 episodes, and then we stopped because the official exams started and so on.
You need to focus on them.
This is what we offer now. We have a target, like we have 101 topics, as I said. We've selected the most important thing as per the charts, and
that
then
are related to the market.
Of course, 100%. So when I say cybersecurity, now cybersecurity is a need across the nation.
Plays a crucial part.
Banking sector, government, it's everywhere.
Even
personal. So if you have your phone, like there are special modules about personal cybersecurity and how to protect yourself from hackers under your phone, whether it is Android or Apple. What we are going to launch in the coming few weeks, we have like the law programs. We are becoming innovative. So we have a special program for lawyers in Iraq. So this, for example, there is a very international, well-known training that are related to arbitration. So arbitration is, there is no university, we will be the first one to offer it. The English for law. So
is different
this is different. So yes, so we're targeting lawyers, judges, official security officials in these, and we are getting into modules like digital forensic for lawyers. So digital forensic now is a very huge buzzword. So everything is related to digital. So they have these kind of courses
to be educated.
Exactly. So and we have also the Chinese language. I think people are starting to see the ads. We did the launching of it, and we're gonna start offering.
What's the purpose, or what's the purpose of the Chinese language? Because a lot of people think, why specifically Chinese language?
Exactly. So I will answer these questions in two modes. First, why languages? In my opinion, when we have students joining our university, they are asking, should I spend 6 months or 1 year just studying English? Okay, in my opinion, studying English is more important than degree.
Definitely.
So whenever you have a language, you have double, triple, or even quadruple chances of getting a job. So this is only for English. And this is one of the most important things that need to be changed in the culture of the Iraqi culture. Second, why Chinese?
Why Chinese?
Of course, you're following the economics worldwide. And you can see now Iraq is an open market. So you have a lot of investors coming. And you already have a lot of investors. What you don't know that we have a lot of collaboration between China and Iraq. Okay. So how to increase the employability of the Iraqi people? So when you are going to recruit someone, if you are a Chinese company,
you need him to speak Chinese.
If he has a Chinese, he has better chances. Okay. And believe me, it's not difficult. I did this before and it was easy. And I don't want people just to feel, Chinese, it is very difficult. No, it's not. So believe me, the way we are delivering it, the Chinese people that are delivering it are doing this for the past 20 to 25 years. So this is very important for people to know that languages is very important for your job career.
Exactly. Definitely. You mentioned a lot of informations, with China, with a lot of organizations. So can you just briefly tell me about the partnerships, collaborations with international institutions and maybe organizations?
Yes, this is one of our strengths, and this is one of the added value that we are, we're setting a lot of hopes on it. Why? Because here you have some institution, even government entities that do require some international certification. For example, in finance, they need the CPA. They require, if you have a PMP, it's better. So they are seeking these international certification. And previously, if you need to do any of those, you have to travel to Jordan, Dubai, Lebanon to do the tests because they were deprived. So one of our main objective is to get all these certification and make it available here in continuing education. So what we have now is like ICDL. I should have spoke about this in the coming programs. ICDL, I'm not gonna tell people what is it. Just go search for it. Go to the internet. Google ICDL. Maybe this would be the first step for you to start seeking what you should do in the future. We are Cisco Academy. We are EC Council Academy and Professional Training Center. We are Fortinet Academy. We are Oracle Academy. We are in the last stage of becoming Apple Academy.
Perfect.
Okay, so we are CompTIA, testing and approved training center. In the pipeline that we're doing, we're preparing IELTS, TOEFL, and TOEIC TOEIC is one of the English international certification that is required for business. So
you're providing like preparation workshops or maybe
everything.
Test centers as well?
Everything.
Perfect.
From preparation to testing to access to the required portal and certification.
Resources and everything.
Exactly. So we have a special unit for what's called International Certification and Testing Center. So we have a special unit for it.
Speaking of, TOEFL, IELTS, maybe that's English. What about the ELA? Is it part of the CEI?
Exactly. So this is a good question. We always people asking us ELA, CEI. So ELA was before CEI. Okay. Because ELA serve the incoming students, so they have, as you know, to pass a certain level of English so they can go to the undergraduate program. When CEI was created, it was known that they should be part of each other. And usually continuing education hosts the English language programs. It hosts usually the professional part of it, and maybe the academic part. So in this case, we have the academic / the professional part in it. So ELA, yes, it is. I think you need the whole episode for you, so you can talk about the English Language Academy.
Yeah. Well, last but not least, do you have any advices for anyone who want to be enrolled in the CEI? What is the first thing that you want to say to him?
Okay, so let me tell you two things here. The first thing is, of course, I want people to come to CEI and see what we can offer. But first, and the most important thing, people should know that they should keep on learning. It's not like he got her degree, he got a job, and that's it. I am, take myself, I've started my career as a computer scientist. And then shifted totally to education, and maybe in the future I might shift, you don't know. So it's like you have to keep developing. Things are not as you see it now, especially now in the AI, especially now in the we are in front of timeline and changing huge, so people need to be prepared. This is one. Second, people should know what do they want. So am I going to be a dentistry, pharmacy, which is unfortunately the direction of more than 80% of the students here. Why?
Medical
because
fields.
They want to get graduated and get appointed. It's really a vicious circle. This is affecting the economy huge in a way. So they should contribute. So how can they contribute and how they can develop themselves? So when they know these answers, go to our website and check what we have, check our calendar, and even if you want just to know information, take an appointment with us. Our expert, our people will be meeting with you. And if not taking courses with us, only consultancy, seeing you and telling you how you can contribute and where you should do. This will be one of our objectives that we want to do.
And I just witnessed the many conferences and events that you have done so far, not only just providing courses, but inviting people from the public to see what CEI can offer.
Exactly.
So you just provide a lot of information. I think we need to do another episode to dive deeply into the programs of the CEI. But at the end, last but not least, I'm very happy to have you here inside the AUIB radio station studios, and I look forward to seeing you again.
You're most welcome. Thank you, Hammam, and thank you everyone for this opportunity.
Thank you so much.